Well, hey Gundam Maniacs, welcome to another episode of Gundam Explained. In this episode, I'm going to be doing a review of the Real Grade 2.0 Granddaddy Gundam. Get a look at it and see if it's any better than the previous, which, spoiler alert, I think it is. And also, if you can see next to me, I have a whole bunch of other RX-78-2s that we'll look at and compare. Big shout out to Artrovo Gundam for sponsoring this video. Check the link in the description. Use code GundamExplained78 to get free shipping on 2 or more items. And also stay tuned to find out how you could yourself win the RX-78-2 Real Grade 2.0, courtesy of Artrovo Gundam. All right, and here we go. Little fella, let's zoom in. So here we have it. This is the 2.0 Real Grade RX-78-2. This is with all the decals. I panel lined it and did a top coat matte finish to kind of give it this badass look. I love the way this looks. The colors are excellent. Build was fun. But let me take off the accessory so we can see it without anything. All right, and here we go. So let's take a look at this. Yeah, again, it looks fantastic. There's so much to this. You know, first I'll start with the build. This was a fun and easy build. I don't know how often you've built real grades, and some of them can seem a little daunting, but this was not at all. This one is definitely a lot of fun. So as I was building this, it was interesting to see some of the engineering put in place to make it be able to do what it needs to do. And what is that? I don't know. Just look as fantastic as it does, but also be super completely articulated. Like, look how quick and easy the elbow can go past that 90. Even the legs, like, look at this articulation. It's not even necessary. His heel can hit the back of his backpack. Why would you need that? Man, I don't know if it's just me, but those reds look fantastic. I mean, the colors around this pop, the color separation is amazing. I do appreciate the little crest down there being its own piece instead of having to paint that. But starting from the top, I love the way the head looks, and it has a lot of articulation going on. Something to pull the head up to give it more articulation, but then you can put it back down. But just having it up like that allows so much range, freedom of movement. And what I talked about with the previous, I think it was the Mark II Robot Spirits, how it has a lot of articulation that's unnecessary, but I realized that kind of helps if you really want to pull off you know, some interesting sort of anime style look. The shoulders are movable in a lot of different ways in order to get the kind of range you need. You can even move the arm up like that, and you can see the range that's in here. It's a lot going on. It doesn't have the normal chest moving in sort of thing going on. Now, there is a core fighter in here, but this does still allow you to get that range just for the way that the joint is here. And even down there in the joint, there's actually a place to put a sticker. I thought that was pretty funny. It just shows how much could possibly be exposed, so it's nice that that's there. All right, and moving down, we've got the waist here. There's a little bit of crunch, not too much, but again, it's because there's a core fighter, so they did really good with that. We've got the side skirts, the front skirts, always lifting skirts. Oh, okay, that actually didn't sound good. And that allows, you know, for the freedom of movement you'd like to get out of the legs. Again, you can kind of see all that junk down there that's used for the articulation. It's many pieces, even that could be pushed in a little more. But yeah, there's a lot going on here to just make this fully articulated while still looking good and not falling apart. I haven't had anything on this fall apart on me yet. Let's see if it happens in this video. And then moving down to the legs, what's really cool is if you look at this piece here, if you were to move the legs back, it actually moves this armor piece back, which is a nice little touch. You don't get too much range of the foot moving down, but you get just enough because of that piece there. Yeah, with the foot, you get the forward toe rotation. Yeah, a lot of little things going on here. But to get an even closer look, you know, and I'm not bragging, this is something anyone can do. Just by using the panel lining, you could really fill in details wherever they were. There's not too many because a lot of this has armor pieces that show through, but there's little areas where you could put some panel lining, you know, like on the head. And even to me, this is a little dark, but I think it stands out just because this is so small, and a lot of times you might be seeing it from far away. And then yeah, after doing the panel lining, the decals, which I think the decals on this look excellent. All the different detail you can use, and there wasn't a lot of decals, but it looks like there's a lot because this is very busy, so it was really fun and easy to do. And I even like the stickers they have, you know, on the left and right shoulder, which is something that is a neat little addition to the mobile suits. I think we even saw these in older videos video games as well. And what's also neat, and it might be hard to see on here, are the eyes. There's a little bit of detail in the eye. That's kind of a newer thing for this. You get 2 different eye stickers and sensor stickers at the top here and on the back. Now these again are a little more detailed. It's hard to tell. It looks like there's a little circle inside, and that's supposed to be for the more realistic look. But again, this thing is so small, it's kind of hard to notice. Okay, and for the core fighter, let's see if I can pull this apart. Okay, so as you see, it comes apart like this, where we still have this bottom waist part, which I think was a smart way to do it instead of a separate piece. In fact, if we look at the Master Grade 2.0, it's just the whole thing there. It's very easy to come off and fall apart. But the way this is done is very sturdy. So let's take this guy out. Okay, that was a little harder than I thought. But anyway, let's take a look. This I also panel lined, decaled, put a top coat. Let's get this thing open. Actually, I may have not even panel lined anything on here. There you go. Look at this little core fighter. It looks fantastic. Let's pull that out. Yeah, there we go. Like I said, I got the decals on there that look nice. And I did the top coat while covering the windshield here with some sticky tack just to stop it from losing that little sheen it has. Although sometimes if you put like a flat or something on there, it kind of helps it look more realistic and less like a plasticky piece. I probably should have done that. This also comes with landing gear that you can put on to keep it in landing mode. You know what, and I didn't try this before, but you know, with the core fighter out, you know, there is a little locking mechanism on the back here. It seems like that you can get away with keeping it attached like that if you wanted the core fighter out. I did not realize that until now, and maybe there's more I'd have to do to lock it in place, but that's kind of a neat little idea. That could even be in the manual and I just overlooked it, and we'll look at that in a second. But yeah, I think that's pretty neat that you can use them separately like this. Although canonically that wouldn't make sense. Okay, we'll fold that guy up and get him back in here. All right, and then you can kind of see where you have to try to get that locking mechanism in place, but not on camera. All right, so it seemed it was easier if I have it pushed forward as I'm putting it in. I think that helps guide this blue peg that's in there. So just a tip, I guess, if you're having trouble, which I didn't before, but I did on camera. All right, and as for accessories, we've got the bazooka, always very cool. Also panel lined decals, top coat, get a couple beam saber blades here. It's always nice to have. We got the shield. Again, panel line, which I honestly think that was a little too dark. That kind of sticks out to me a little too much. But decals, and that one is crooked. You can barely see it, but I thought it was straight. I got it on, and then I'm like, nope. And then top coat on this as well. Makes it look really cool and sturdy. And then, you know, different options here for like storage. Okay, I can't get that one out, but where you put it on the arm or he holds onto it, that's pretty cool. But I'm pretty sure that thing articulates up here. But then you also get this sliding component, so yeah, that gives you a lot of options. All right, beam rifle. Again, another one that I sort of, yeah, decals, did some light panel lining maybe, did a top coat, added some gunmetal and gold inside chamber here, just because I thought that was fun. This was an all inner frame. Yes, this gun had an inner frame, so that's how I was able to do those details. And then some hands. Yeah, that actually reminds me, another thing I did just for fun, not a big deal, was I actually added some gunmetal to the thrusters here. This just is already very busy and detailed that it's you could do more to it, but how it is just like this looks fantastic. All right, before we do some comparisons, let's look at the manual real quick. All right, just the instructions, which again, this was pretty easy, you know, relatively speaking, and very fun to put together. I can't even recall having any problems. All right, and here's some pictures, I guess, to get a good idea of poses. I like seeing that inner frame there. And you know what? They even talk about doing panel lining down here, which is pretty cool, and some weathering, which actually looks really nice. All right, some more showing the articulation, how that works, because this is almost like an action figure, and that really is about it. And then ending with the decals, which this is not a lot. It seems like it would be a lot, but it really isn't. Let's see, it goes up to, I'm seeing 47. You know, and there's doubles for some, but that you can do at the same time, but it's really not a lot. This was really fun, really easy. The whole build, the detailing, the decals, top of the line when it comes to that. Okay, it's top of the line, but is it top of the line compared to the original real grade? And I would say, yeah. I mean, the original real grade is awesome, but there's some things about the original I don't like. I don't like the shape of the head compared to the new one. I mean, the shape of the original real grade is okay, but I think the curved nature of the new one kind of evokes that classic look. And then even looking at the rest of the colors, they're a lot more muted or darker on the original one. I think this one has a more realistic look. And you know what? There was the gold stickers to put on the joints. Totally forgot about that. I could have done on here. I really like that look. But also the decals I'm not too crazy about on the old one, when it has like the random gray lines in certain places. The shapes, gray shapes. shapes or whatever, even white shapes. Like, I don't know what they are exactly. The decals on here are a lot more functional and make sense. You know, it looks like I put some gold on the vents here. I think that looks nice, actually, especially how it shines compared to this. This is a little more toyetic, and it also sits on the outside, whereas the vents were on the inside. And then interesting light blue on the old one in certain places. So you know what? While I would say I like the new one better, the old one is actually interesting and unique on its own for what it is. Oh, and it seems like, yeah, the old one also had the inner frame on the gun as well, but it was a lighter color instead of a darker one. Probably more I could have done to detail that. This was something I built early on in my Gundam journey. Well, and I totally forgot it has the articulated hands. And look, I had to put some sticky tack in there just to hold on. So yeah, I get it. I get why they changed. Because luckily with the new one, it just comes with different variants for the hands. I do prefer this than the fingers. Although I will say, with the 2.0, it actually has articulated fingers. But these are the big chunky ones that I think are also on the Zaku 2.0. I have the Char version, and these fingers don't seem to fall apart, and they're really nice. Okay, we've got the new real grade, the old real grade. We've got that 2.0. Let's look at the origin version, because this one was already a top contender for a lot of reasons. This is one that I also detailed, put stickers on, panel line, did a top coat, you know, add a little silver in random odd places on this, especially on the shoulder, or the shield, and then on the shoulder, this just fell off. You know what? I'm kind of liking the little silver I did. I wonder if I should recreate that. It's just that what's interesting is there's just so much more detail on every centimeter of plastic compared to the other ones, and this is a high grade, but very detailed. But there's a lot more flat surfaces that make sense for the silver. But I mean, really, I love the look of this one, but oh, look at that. Either that's a sticker or paint on the V-crest. I hate it when they do that, but I love putting the shoulder cannons on this one and put the silver there. Okay, next up, here is the Robot Spirits version. This is for anime, so you know what? This just looks like it would in the anime. Can't really complain much at all. And you know, I've noticed that it's not even that curved here, and I think there's different for anime, obviously. There's like the meme ones as well, but also notice the gray hands, the green-gray hands. All right, here is the G40. This one looks cool, just doesn't exactly look like the RX-78-2. It just kind of has some cool engineering, just a cool look. And the Beyond Global, just a little different, muted colors. Looks neat, nothing wrong with it. And then this fell off as something. I bet the culprit. There we go. And then we have the Gundam Universe. Now this is a white base exclusive, so it has some decals. The colors are a little different, but this looks cool. I have many others, but just don't really have the time or the space to show them off here. You know, like the Origin, for example. That whole Master Grade Origin one, which is awesome. Also, the original Robot Spirits release, which I like. But I gotta say, for adding a new entry into the Gunpla RX-78-2 Granddaddy line, this 2.0 is amazing. Anyone that's a Gunpla builder should be getting this. Even if you don't build real grades, this isn't complicated. This isn't hard. It was quick, it was easy, and it was fun. And just some simple panel lining, some simple decal work could really make this look awesome. So what say you? What is your favorite iteration of the RX-78-2, either action figure form, Gunpla? Leave a comment, because I will be picking 4 winners to receive this RX-78-2 Real Grade 2.0. Again, all you have to do is leave a comment with your favorite iteration of the RX-78-2. I think that would be a cool topic for a podcast. So yeah, just enter them in the comments below, and maybe after about a week, I'll announce it on the Gundam Explained show with Steven. So anyway, thanks all. Hope you enjoyed that video. Again, enter in the comments for a chance to win the RX-78-2 Real Grade 2.0. Again, I think it's fantastic. It is awesome. It looks incredible. It's just another awesome granddaddy to have in your collection. And I want to thank Artrovo Gundam for not only sponsoring this video, but for also sponsoring the kits that I'll be giving away. That is very awesome. Check out Artrovo Gundam in the link below. And also, thanks to all the supporters that make this possible. I really appreciate it. And also, check a link in the description if you want to join the Discord. We have a lot of fun there, and we can show off our progress as we're building these kits. But until next time, be cool.